Now, one common problem that we face when it comes to dealing with property tables is deciding which table to use. Are we going to use compressed or superheated or saturated tables? So we are going to discuss that in this lecture video. But before that, let's discuss our PV and TV diagrams. So when it comes to PV and TV diagrams, we have our vapor liquid domes on that. And on PV diagram, we can draw a constant temperature line, and on TV diagram we can draw a constant pressure line. When we select a given pressure on our PV diagram, we can identify specific volume of liquid and specific volume of vapor, Vf and Vg values as shown here. And same applies to TV diagram. When you are given a T value, you can identify Vf and Vg values for that. To find the saturation temperature, when the pressure is given, you go to saturated property pressure tables and find the T value in front of the given pressure. So that is your saturation pressure. When temperature is given, you can look up for saturation pressure in the same table, saturated property table, but in this case you have to go to temperature tables. When you find saturation temperature for a given pressure, you can draw that saturation temperature on your PV diagram as shown here. In the saturated mixture region, saturation temperature line and constant pressure line should coincide. If you are given a temperature that is higher or lower than your saturation temperature, we can draw that on our PV diagram as shown in here. Or if you have a pressure that is higher or lower than saturation pressure in your TV diagram, you can draw that like this. Now we identified several regions on our TV diagram or PV diagram. On the left hand side of the vapor liquid dome, we have saturated liquid. On the right hand side, we have saturated vapor. Inside the vapor liquid dome, we have saturated vapor liquid mixture. And towards the left of the vapor liquid dome, we have compressed liquid. And to the right hand side, we have superheated vapor. And also remember, instead of specific volume on the x-axis, we can have internal energy, enthalpy or entropy. Enthalpy and entropy are the topics that we are going to discuss in later chapters.